crazy world and you want to see the latest example of how crazy things have gotten? Well, okay, here we go. Remember the story on Oakland News Now and also on Zenny62 on YouTube here about Officer Aaron Torgalski, who is of the Buffalo or Police Department, who, as you can see here, pushes a 75-year-old man to the ground, and with such force that the resulting impact of his head on the pavement caused bleeding to start in a photograph I refuse to show. Because I don't want that. It doesn't make me feel good to see it. It's awful. And the first thing I think of is, hey, how is that man doing? Last time I heard, he was in serious but stable condition. But serious condition means, hey, you know what? You may not live. The equally worse aspect of what Aaron Torgalski did was in what his fellow officers did not do. Help the man up. They just kept walking by. All this is on video, folks. Just kept walking by. Like, oh, nothing to see here. Oops, keep going. Okay. Walking by. Walking by. One person even stopped to help, but then he got up and kept going. Walking by. Seriously. Okay. Now, I thought he should be fired. He wasn't. Instead, and I say this in the prose, the text, there's a better look, okay? You see how he's actually reeling back? See that? And you see the number of officers, okay? All those officers, not one of them helped him up. They just let him fall. Oh, they just let him fall. They just let him fall. Okay. All right. They just let the man fall. Right. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. Yeah, right. Okay. Now, if that doesn't piss you off, then you're not human. Now, let me add this to the story mix. And if this doesn't piss you off, you really are not human. Folks, this is heinous to begin with. And I can't believe that we have people doing this sort of thing. And the taxpayers are like, oh yeah, it's okay. This. Yeah, that's right. This. All 57. As in all 57. All 57. All 57. All 57. All 57. Look at this. All 57 members of the Buffalo Police Department Emergency Response Team have resigned from the team in support of the two officers who were suspended after pushing and injuring an elderly man during a protest. I mean, are you kidding me? The whole response team said we quit. All right. I mean, note that just to put a finer point on it, they really didn't quit their jobs. Okay. They didn't just like skip out on their jobs. Okay. Let's make that clear. No. What they did, all right, was they got out of the nice little response team that they were on, as you can see. Okay. That's the response team. All right. The response team. Let's read this. Okay. See what the local news is telling us here as we move forward in time regarding this sad story. Sad story. And hold on a second. I'm trying to get the link to propagate here properly. And there it is. And it does. Entire BPD, Buffalo Police Department, emergency response team, the whole team, okay, resigns in support of suspended officers. All right. That's what they did. Resigned. Okay. See how they just walked by and left him? Look at that. They just walked by him. See that? Left him for the EMTs, which barely did anything. News 4 has learned the entire Buffalo Police Department emergency response team has resigned from the team. That's a total of 57 officers. We're told there's a show of support for the officers who are suspended without pay after shoving 75-year-old Martin Gugino. They're still employed, but no longer, as I was saying, they're still maintaining their jobs, okay? All right? Still maintaining their jobs. And this is what the mayor said. Mayor Byron Brown said the city of Buffalo is aware of developments related to the work assignments of certain members of the Buffalo Police Force. At this time, we can confirm that contingency plans are in place to maintain police services and ensure public safety within our community. The Buffalo Police continue to actively work with the New York State Police and other cooperating agencies. If they resigned, I'm exceptionally disappointed because it indicates to me that they did not see anything wrong with the actions last night, Polisark said after being asked about the ER team resigning. Okay. Interestingly, here it doesn't say, it mentions that this is Mayor Byron Brown's statement, but it doesn't say who Polisark is in this. That's very confusing. At any rate, it's very confusing. Okay. And here's a longer clip on the resignation. Let's see. Let's read this.
So I was bemoaning the fact that, I have to get a BS again, or how do I get back into the...
Skip it.
Well, it's the first I'm hearing of it. I heard there might be, and I don't know if the report's accurate, but I had heard there was some that were calling in sick. But if they've resigned, that's very disappointing.
Well, this is according to the Police Benevolent Association Union President, that the resignations just come down. So I know you haven't had a lot of time to think about that, but given the circumstances and then going forward, obviously the Sheriff's Office, the county agency, what do you know about the manpower that's going to be out there today and tonight and over the weekend, given all that you said, that protests continue?
Well, the state troopers have brought in significant numbers of troopers into our region. Probably more troopers that we've had that I can ever remember, even more than we'd have in a snowstorm. I do know that not only are we worried in the county, but the state is worried about what may take place in the next few days in our community, as now Buffalo has become a flashpoint with regards to the issue of police brutality. I'm disappointed to hear if the officers did resign, because they are swearing when they become an officer to serve and protect and to uphold the law. It's not to uphold the laws as they choose in that instant. It's to uphold the law, including ensuring that what they do, not only preventing criminals from entering into criminal activity, but ensuring that they don't do activity.
I gotta stop that right there, because I gotta say something here, because I'm getting pissed off. All right. You know what? I'll tell you what, okay? He needs to fire them. All right. He needs to grow a spine and fire them and announce he's going to hire all new police officers like that, okay? And make half of them female instead of all these white, young male dudes full of testosterone and poor judgment, okay? He needs to put the hammer down and not let the police dictate the city. Fire them. Get a whole new crop. That's what is going on anyway. Police chief messes off, fired. Officers mess off, fired. Fire them. Get them out of there. Fire them. It's ridiculous. It's not a military force, running around pushing down 75-year-old men and women. How would you like it if someone did that to your mother or father? Okay? And a person who does that is more likely to treat someone black in a worse way. Heck, if the guy had been black, might have had somebody else coming along to help him out. It doesn't matter the level or degree of severity of the harm. What matters is the harm for no reason. You tell me this 75-year-old guy had to say something? Hey, sticks and stones. Cops are supposed to be super people. If you can't be a super person, don't be a police officer. Save us the time. Get out. Don't apply. Go away. Go do garbage duty or something. This is ridiculous. Paying good money to people with poor judgment who have psychological problems. Ain't that a blip? It's ridiculous stuff, you know? No other way to say it than that. Just no other way to say it. All right, let me give the mayor some credit. Maybe he said something that I can hang my hat on. Let's go back and hear the rest of what the mayor hopefully said.
And engage in activity that could be criminal in nature.
Excuse me, he's not the mayor.
I'm very disappointed if they.
Let me stop there. All right, he's not the mayor. He is he's the Erie County executive. He's the county boss. He is the equivalent, like in Alameda County, he would be Alameda County administrator. I'll be right back. Hello.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, take your time coming up. I mean, in other words, don't drive too fast.
Okay.
Okay, see ya.
Let's see.
Bye-bye.
All right. Oh, babe, I think I was still alive. Well, stuff happens, okay? That was my mom. I have to go and pick her up. That's the way it happens. Actually, I said I'll be right back, and I clicked it, thinking, hey, I'm gonna be back. But at any rate, because if I wanted to go away, I would have clicked it and all that stuff. Whatever. Regular viewers of my show know that I'm here in Georgia helping my mom, and so she's getting her hair done. I'm going to go and pick her up. So at any rate, as I was saying, that was the county administrator, or what we would call the Alameda County administrator. Okay, but that person is called the Erie County executive, and so let's continue to listen to what the Erie County executive has to say. Right as we put over his add him to the screen here, and we begin, or rather continue, with his statement.
Resigned. I don't know how many individuals that are. As I said, I have no oversight directly over any oversight that is over the Buffalo Police Department. And my goal as county executive is to ensure the safety and welfare of the entire public. The individuals that are protesting are general members of the public who maybe not, as well as our local police force, because I want each and every one of them to be safe in all of their endeavors. Being a police officer is a very difficult task. There's no doubt about it. And it's important that we understand that we as a community need to have officers who are working on our best behalf and honoring their pledge to serve and protect. If they've resigned, I'm exceptionally disappointed by it, because it indicates to me that they did not see anything wrong with the actions last night, which I think each of us in this room found something wrong with, as well as our governor, the mayor, and millions of people across the country, and for that matter, the world. I've never seen the response to at least a tweet that I put out like last night, like I have, and I've never seen a response in the past to the tweet I put out last night from all over the world.
So there you go, folks. That is the message in its entirety. Had I been him, I would have called for those officers to be fired. I don't know how Buffalo's interjurisdictional relationships work. In other words, does the county executive have jurisdiction over the mayor to fire Buffalo police officers? I don't know the answer to that question. But I do know that had I been in a position to do so, I would have straight out had called for them to be fired. Look, you're going to step down. You're not going to help. You're going to show solidarity with a person who caused potentially fatal injury to an elderly man who did nothing. The video shows he did nothing. And they lied about it. They said he tripped and fell. He did not trip and fall. They pushed him. They pushed him. They pushed him. My mother, who I have to go and pick up, is 85 years old. 85 years old. Those numbnuts are of a mind that they would try to do that to my mother. I would call out the National Guard against them. I would figure out a way to convince the governor to get the National Guard against the police and get them out of the city. Okay? That's how you do it. Because you actually can do that as a citizen. There are ways to do that. You have to put your government to work so that you can get your public officials, including the police, to act right. That's wrong. And if you are a right-thinking person, you ought to be pissed off about it. All those people should be fired. When Ronald Reagan was president, and the air traffic controllers, including my dad, went on strike, do you know what he did? Reagan fired the controllers, Said, hey, you know what? You should be at work. They're not coming to work. Fine, we're going to replace you. He did. It can be done, folks. You just have to have enough. You know what I'm saying? All right. I got to do my duty as a son. Right now, you think on that, as they would say. And if you don't come away angry, and hug your parents, okay? If you don't come away angry after that, there's something wrong with you. See ya. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube. Bookmark Oakland News Now. Great to see you, Jamies. I'll be back. All right.